Hello and welcome back to another episode of Bantz with Lawrencia. How are you all doing? I hope you're doing great. Today's episode is once again sponsored by DD Beauty's Wigs. I know you're tired of me talking about it, but it is actually lovely. So this is a 99J 12-inch bulb and it is giving me life. So if you want something that will give you color and style, just let us know. We'll get this sorted out for you. We sell wholesale and retail. So email us admin@ddilauren.tv.com or admin@ddilauren.com and we get you sorted. Now let us dive into today's episode, because today's episode we're also talking about the jackpot culture. Now I'm even tired of talking about this jackpot thing, but we have to say these things. I mean, if we are in an informed position and we're not giving out this information, I think it's just bad belly. So I am always going to come here to tell you jackpot stories and what we could do better. Now, today's story is about Happie boys. For those of you who are on social media, especially in Nigeria, you know about the Happie boys. So these two boys, they were working as security guard at a restaurant, and they were dancing. They were just having a good time, dancing while, opening gates for people or the doors for people to come in and go out. And it was nice. People were giving them money and they had a very good time while working there. So what happened was that somebody recorded them while they were on duty dancing and posted it on TikTok. That video went viral. A lot of people were thinking, oh, these guys, they are young, they're not even in school, but they are actually doing something to help themselves while even being happy. They're not doing Yahoo, they're doing security guards, and they are happy doing what they are doing. The video went viral and the employers sacked them because, according to them, they were supposed to be on duty. They were not supposed to be dancing, which I think was a very bad move on their part, because this would have been a very strategic marketing for them, because it was already going viral. A lot of people would have paid just to come and see them, not even to come and eat, but just to see the boys dance. But anyway, that happened. They were sacked. Now, a lot of people, they made a video talking about why they were sacked, and that video also went viral. So a lot of people started inviting them for events. They were dancing for, they were making skits. They got into the skit industry. They were releasing videos on TikTok, on YouTube, on Instagram, and they started making money. Even celebrities were inviting them for stuffs. Now, there's a pastor in, I think it's in Imo State or in Enugu State or somewhere in the East. He kind of jumps the pastor jumps on trend. I don't want to say, I don't want to make it look as if it's a bad thing, but whenever something is trending, he actually comes to the rescue of certain people or certain celebrities who are struggling just to get more fame. People talk about him, people talk about his church. I mean, he tries to help people, don't get me wrong, but the thing is, he does it to people who already have certain level of followings so that it can generate fame for his church. So he jumped on that and he promised them scholarship. Now, scholarship, there are levels of scholarship. There are past scholarship, there are full scholarship, there are fully funded scholarship, both for maintenance, upkeep, not just school fees. There are scholarships that are just for school fees. So when he came out online and announced that he's giving them scholarship to go study abroad, study in Cyprus, he did not mention if it was a part scholarship, if it was a full scholarship, if it was a fully funded scholarship with maintenance, feeding, accommodation and everything. He did not make mention of that. He just said scholarship. Before you could say Jack, this man took these boys who were already kind of trying to establish themselves in Nigeria, in the skit industry, making videos and all that. He took these boys, they were teenagers or maybe in their early 20s, I don't know. He took them to Cyprus. Now, these are two young boys who were still living at home. They have no idea what responsibility is. They have not paid rent. They have not fed themselves. They started making money, but even at that, they were still at home with under the supervision of their parents. They have not paid any rent, they've not paid any bills. And this man all of a sudden took them to Cyprus. He made a whole lot of video online. He advertised his church. His church actually went viral. A lot of people started talking about him. The man, he helped this actor, he helped that. I mean, this was what he wanted, and he got what he wanted. Now, these boys traveled to Cyprus. According to them, the pastor paid 6 months. It was a 9-month program. He paid 6 months. The bone of contention from what the messages that they were sending was accommodation. I think he paid 6 months accommodation. I mean, listen, this entitled behavior. Anyway, let me just get the story over. So he paid 6 months accommodation for them in Cyprus. And there was a time when everybody was looking for Naira in Nigeria before the election. I think February, there was no Naira anywhere. There was no money in Nigeria. You could not even access money anywhere. So at that point, I don't know if he was sending them money on a monthly basis. They contacted him for money from the messages that the boys released online. He told them that things are hard and there is no money anywhere. He could not access any money anywhere. They were now, I will not blame them because these are people who are dependent on their parents. I appreciate the fact that he took them to Cyprus, but these are dependents that he should have made it clear. If he had said, okay, I'm only going to pay 6 months rent for you, I mean, we understand also. Like, I don't even know how to approach this because regardless of the way you want to look at it, he did not do things. He may have done it for fame, but at the end of the day, he tried to help these boys. They were asking him for rent. They said, oh, the rent, I don't even know how much. Maybe the rent was 500,000 Naira. They were asking for 150,000 because according to them, they have like 350,000 or something like that. So they were looking for 150,000 to complete the money. The man was telling them that there was no money anywhere. The boys were complaining that they couldn't reach out to their families, that their families don't have anything, that the only person that they can depend on is him because he was the one that took them to Cyprus. At some point in that conversation, they even said that they want to come back to Nigeria, that they are suffering, they are sleeping outside, they are homeless, they are moving from one house to the other. I mean, I can understand nobody that has traveled that will not tell you the first 1 year is going to be the most challenging year of your life. So if you're now just now imagine children, teenagers who had no idea, they never imagined. It's a different thing if somebody actually wanted to travel. If they were the ones like championing, saying, oh, I want to travel, get us out of this country. Like the ones that have jackpot mentality, those ones will not even stress the pastor. Once they get there, they are looking for their way. But these kids, they didn't ask for this. And then I can understand that the man of God or the pastor, he fell on hard times and he could not meet up the obligation or the responsibility of paying their rent. But this is why I have a problem because, I mean, there are two of them. I don't think the both of you cannot work for a month and pay your rent. People say, oh, there are no jobs in abroad. I heard them mentioning that, oh, they are doing dirty jobs because they are coming from a place where you don't do cleaning. There are certain jobs in Nigeria that the Ghanaians are doing, like the cleaning, the house girl stuff, all those kind of things that we term dirty jobs are not even done by Nigerians. They are done by people outside Nigeria who just come to Nigeria to survive. So just imagine these two boys who were doing security, and even at that point they were thinking that security was even not a good job for them. Even the pastor said that, oh, these boys are too young to be doing security. And then you now take them to Cyprus where they are now feeling like, oh, you brought us here because you thought security was not good for us. But now we're even doing worse job than security. We're now doing dirty jobs according to them. So a lot of people have been analyzing this. They blame the pastor. They said, oh, how dare you? How dare you take these two boys out there and then you're ignoring them? You're not trying to help them. You don't want to pay their rent. They're just asking for 150,000. Why don't you just give them 150,000? I think, for me, what I think was that the pastor was trying to teach them a lesson, because if he keeps giving them that money, they're not going to learn. They're not going to be able to fly. They're just going to be there depending on him, because the amount of messages that these boys were sending, I would have blocked them a long time ago. Like, see, he was patient, or he's patient until he lost it and he cursed them out. He literally rained curses on them. So I'm just going to play that audio for you to see when he had it and he rained curses on the children. Now watch this.
My heart, I place this curse from the pain in my heart that doing good become evil. Whosoever, no matter who that person is, that I use, you didn't pay one kobo, you didn't spend 1 naira. It is from offering and tithe that people drop in the altar. What other pastors use in buying private jet, I said, let me use to help you. Now I do you good, you use evil to pay me. You will remain poor forever. You can never achieve anything in life. As long as, whether anywhere you are, you will suffer poverty. No, you can never achieve. You can't even buy one plot of land. If there's other things, other clothes you've bought, through the money I use in sending you to Cyprus, you will sell those clothes to feed. You will become so wretched.
Now, a lot of Nigerians had problems with the way the man of God actually approached it, because according to them, they said this audio was unnecessary. You took these children out of, the comfort of their family, their home. You took them to a strange land or a different continent where they don't know anybody. They don't know their left from their right. They are still young, and you promised to take care of them, and now you're not fulfilling that promise. The other side, the other angle, the people are looking at it saying that, okay, these two boys, you're two of you guys can go, at least take care of your rent. If somebody is paying your school fees, you should be able to do certain things for yourself. Like rent will be the minimum thing you could actually do to help yourself. If they are paying your school fees, then they will be happy to pay your school fees once they know that you're not stressing them about rent, you're not stressing them about feeding, you're not even stressing listen, the moral of this story is, before you help anybody travel abroad, because people will blame you. At the end of the day, people will blame you. In fact, before you advise anybody about traveling, just make sure that you are giving an advice, not telling them what to do, and make sure that these people are coming to you for advice. Give them different options. Let them be the ones who pick the option that they want, because if you kind of make them pick the option that you think is best for them, every option traveling abroad has risk. So if you're now making them pick the one that you think will work best for them, and they encounter any problems, they are going to blame you. They will blame you, because they will think, oh, if I had done it that way, it would have been better. Oh, the other person told me to do it that way. And now, because the boys are now saying that if they were in Nigeria, they would have blown. They would have been making more money, which I understand, because the Nigerian market, especially the entertainment industry, once you blow, it's easy for you to be making money left, right, center. Like, people will be throwing money at you. So I can understand where they're coming from, thinking, okay, if we're in Nigeria, we would have done something better. Some other people were saying that, okay, you've traveled and you're having all these issues. You're not even dropping, if you guys have been dropping videos, dancing, just keep doing what you're doing, so that regardless of where you are, you still have fans that would like to watch your videos, that would like to watch your skits. But according to them, these guys are just sitting down taking pictures live in Cyprus, and now they are complaining bitterly. that if they had known, they wouldn't have traveled. And the pastor who helped them travel, that one is raining curses on them, that they are not going to, their money is not, like, that was unnecessary. It was unnecessary, but I can understand where he's coming from. So it's not just about travel. It's not just about living somebody else's dream. Even if somebody is telling you, come, I will help you travel, sit down, make your own plans. Have your own plans. You get why. Anyway, thank you very much for watching today's episode. Today's episode is once again sponsored by the DBT's Wigs. So just email us admin@didilauren.tv.com or admin@didilauren.com, and we're going to get you sorted. We sell wholesale, retail. If you want to partner with us, if you want to buy like bulk wigs, let us know and we get that sorted for you. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.